What's going on? I've got a lot of questions about this cap power rack after about 2 years of using it. Wanted to give you guys some feedback and kind of an update on if I think this thing was worth it, if I regret purchasing it, and if it's gonna be right for you and considering it in your home gym. And I will link this thing down below in the description box if you guys do it to help support me and the channel. It is still notoriously, if you click on this video, you probably already know this, the cheapest squat rack you guys can get on Amazon. I think even right now at the time of this recording, there's like a limited time deal, but usually it sits around $100 to $125, give or take. All right, now getting into the general wear and tear about this product, this is probably you're most concerned about given the cheap price tag. When I first set this thing up, I was a little concerned about how rickety it was. At the same time, I also thought it was bigger than I kind of expected. Overall, over these last 2 years, and granted, I don't put a tons of heavy literal use to this, heavy in the sense that I don't put a whole lot of weight on this. And actually, if you guys are clicking on this channel for the first time, I do a lot of other stuff as my sole form of resistance training, namely sliding bench trainers and total gyms. But with that being said, this thing definitely has seen its fair share of use as like a station type device where I'll do like assisted pull-ups, suspension trainers. I can do like some little like ab crunches stuff here. But I'll even put weight in here, doing things like Romanian deadlifts. I ended up getting their safety catches, which I highly recommend you guys do pick this up if you guys are serious about benching on this thing. Their J hooks, you can kind of see, the J cups, whatever. Got a little bit of kind of torque, saw a little bit of wear and tear just from some little use. You can see it's not totally straight. But overall, I would say the functionality and just the construction of the equipment is totally solid. Also considering I've taken this thing apart and moved it 3 different times, that's also a big selling point, is how portable and light and easy it is to transport. It does have 2 different sections on the squat stand, which that was kind of concerning to me because I thought about its initial kind of forward bend and lean. Even when I first got it, doing things like pull-ups and doing some suspension trainer work, kind of pulling in one direction. But with that being said, nothing has been too significant. If you're gonna be using this for like a bench station or just an area to kind of bench on, again, considering it's only $100, isn't too bad, and you got this stuff, the lower bottom position is totally secure, especially if you're below this line, if you're gonna be benching off this area. Definitely, if you're gonna be benching, a huge thing is definitely pick up these safety racks or safety hooks, whatever. I'll link these down below as well. I got this kind of after the fact, and otherwise these things are still pretty good. So yeah, I originally got this thing, not necessarily as a dedicated power rack squat station, but honestly, it was so cheap and affordable, it made sense, even with just like an in-home like pull-up bar, and like I said, multi-station use. But kind of fast forward, it's definitely met all the needs that I needed, and it's actually kind of opened up other doors of me kind of using this thing as a more functional barbell station. So for the value, it is pretty awesome. You do have a place to store weights, you got somewhere to put your barbell, you got a decent number of pin sites to kind of fit most of your needs. If you're like me and all those things you said kind of fit your description of having something that isn't gonna be your sole form of resistance training, and you got other stuff you're gonna do in the home gym, or maybe you're not as serious as someone who's like a competitive power lifter, or someone's gonna be chasing numbers with their barbell lifts, this thing, in my opinion, is totally perfect. I'd say for the vast majority of people that are out there, this thing can totally handle adequate weight above and beyond the average person. So just doing things like overhead presses for a decent amount of weight, squatting and benching in excess of 300 pounds, even holding this thing, holding weights like up to like 405 for like Romanian deadlifts as like kind of a rack, even for like shrugs or something like that. This thing is totally functional. I don't think you need to spend tons of money if you're not gonna be getting close to those types of weight limits. Now, certainly if you got that money to burn, that's a great thing. I know tons of people who have really expensive decked out gyms, decked out really expensive squat racks, which is definitely really cool, but they don't even utilize or maximize the capabilities of that equipment, which I'm not saying they have to, but my point in saying is that you don't need a really expensive gym. You don't need a super expensive squat rack to get results. In fact, I always love seeing and hearing from people that have really primitive home gym setups, but got awesome physiques and are hitting all their goals with minimal equipment and cost. But that's really it. Certainly this is not top tier quality we're talking about, but it's definitely functional, it's definitely practical, and definitely cost effective. But if you guys got any specific questions about this equipment, let me know. I'll be happy to address them. Just wanted to give you guys a general overview for the casual person out there. Maybe there's a whole lot of money to spend. And like I said, right now it's on Amazon for like in that lower price of like $117 or something. So definitely take advantage of that while it's still there. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.